Oh god. All right, guys. Well, no special entrance tonight because I just had a crazy hour or two ever since um the show ended, but I'm finally here. Finally here for my live review of SmackDown Live 1000. Guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 910. Imagine I forgot to pull up Twitter. Let me pull it up really quick here and we'll get started with this review. Oh my gosh, it's been a crazy couple of hours. I got to log into my Twitter account because I had to clear my caches. So let's get this straight. What's all gone on tonight? SmackDown Live 1000 happened tonight. Then YouTube went down in the middle during SmackDown Live 1000, so I couldn't do my review then. And then I was trying to get SmackDown Live, my review, to start. And every time I kept going to YouTube, I kept getting alerts saying that I had a computer virus. So I had to run a cleaner thing to clean up all my browser caches on my computer. Finally stopped, and I'm finally able to do this review. So it's not been an easy couple of hours for me, but let's just get right into the show, guys. Once again, this is the 1000th episode of SmackDown we got tonight, October 16th, 2018. Took place in Washington, D.C. We had several people from, the past that help, make SmackDown, help us live the legendary moments at SmackDown entitled. Did this show live up to expectations as an anniversary show? Did this show suck like Raw 25? Or was this show just meh? Here's my personal thoughts going for this. I think this show was better than Raw 25, but it wasn't that much better than Raw 25. This show didn't feel insulting like Raw 25 did, but I think the biggest problem with SmackDown Live 1000, it just felt rushed. Obviously, SmackDown is the shorter show. It's only 2 hours, not 3, which, honestly, if they wouldn't have SmackDown be 3 hours for tonight, I would have taken it. But just everything just felt so rushed. Like the Batista, the Evolution promo felt like, that was smooth. Everything else, though, just felt like we gotta keep going. It just didn't allow us time to really, digest it. Yeah, they didn't come out this way of like, hi, we're here and whatnot. But it felt rushed. But again, it didn't feel terrible. But it felt like one of the shows that I can sit down, watch it one time, and say, I didn't regret watching that, but I probably couldn't go back and watch it again. I felt it needed one more surprise to it, if you know what I mean. Like one more thing was missing, I felt. Okay, it wasn't horrible, but I expected better. That's what I gotta say. And the green screen is up because I did do a turn alert while I was waiting for YouTube to come back on, but I just didn't have the time to take it down beforehand. But it will be uploaded after I do this live review. Because my stupid computer. You know what? I have a few things to go on the internet. Wow, I can't even talk right now. To go on this list. So, you know what happens first off? When you get shut down and there's no explanation why, you know what happens, YouTube? You just made the list. And if my pen can write, I already put a pen on the list before, so I can't put it. Okay. YouTube has gone on the list. And you know what happens? Computer viruses, when you prevent me from having to do some extra work to empty all my caches and all sorts of other things. You know what happens? Computer virus, and also for delaying my stream, you just made the list. Anything else needs to go on the list tonight? Anything? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, again, let's talk about SmackDown 1000, which, again, I will say, I'd say decent to solid, but again, it could have been better. It definitely could have been better than what we got tonight, I thought. Live chat. Let's see who we've got. I see Lauren and Bowl of Eyes. What is up, everyone? Lauren says, hey, how are you? She's going to give SmackDown Live a B+. YouTube was down. Exactly. Ow. Bit my freaking tongue. Best parts of tonight were Evolution, yes, Cutting Edge, and Lana Lowe blowing Aiden, right where the sun does not shine. The Cena promo was shitty in her opinion, seemed too childish. I don't understand why he couldn't just show up. She feels insulted. At least Shane's return was surprised. I'm surprised the fans were booing Steph and cheering Vince. I mean, most people do boo Stephanie the way it is in general because she comes out there all the time and tries to make it about herself. But credit where credit is due, she was definitely should have been on there. Nice sense for being a former GM. It did feel rushed. Just could have made it a 3-hour show for tonight, not all the time. And The Rock should have been there. The Rock didn't show up either, which that was a little disappointing. I was hoping we would have seen Rock. He did show a tweet he left out there, but it would have been awesome to see Rock show up. Show turned heel for the 90th time. Oh, goodness. Well, technically 24th time. But yeah, it feels like how many times now. Bowl Vibes, what's up? Wished it was a 3-hour show again. I agree. This special should have been a 3-hour show. Becky's promo was straight fire. We'll talk about the Becky promo. Quite surprised Kane or Jericho wasn't on SmackDown. Maybe Kane. I mean, Jericho, I feel like he was more so of a Raw guy, I felt, honestly. So I wasn't too disappointed. Jericho threw shade to a fan asking if he'd be a part of Crown Jewel. He said no, thanks. Good for him because he does not need to be a part of that. Sorry about your uploading. No, again, it wasn't my uploading. Again, it was my computer had a virus for some reason. Bullby says Becky's promo was good. People weren't cheering Edge when he said the thing about friendship with Charlotte, which shouldn't be, pretty much. I'll talk about that in a little bit. What was the point of the GMs? Made no sense. That was rushed. That backstage was just rushed. They appeared for a second doing like a little hand gesture. I mean, they didn't wave hi, but they did a hand gesture. Of course, everybody booed when John Laurinaitis showed up. Oh, that guy can go do whatever the heck he wants to do. Everyone forgets that Charlotte turned on Becky first. Exactly, but we're supposed to forget about that because when Charlotte first came over to SmackDown, her and Becky were friends all of a sudden. It just made no sense. That Taker promo was not needed. Oh yeah, that was stupid. That Taker promo was really stupid, and Bull Eyes agrees. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about the show and see what we get. So Bull Eyes, Lauren, keep it coming, guys, in the live chat. The show opens up celebrating the history of SmackDown, going through different moments in history, and live in the arena we see Truth TV happening for the second time. Even though it was canceled recently because Miz lost a match, which each of their shows were on the line. Truth and Carmella are in the ring welcoming us to SmackDown 1000, an episode of Truth TV. Truth talks about all the memorable history-making moments they've had on Truth TV over the years, but Carmella points out that they've only had one episode, and of course, they got canceled. But she tells her to hold that thought because dance break! I have no rooms. I'm not going to go too crazy. Never mind. I want to warm for my cousin's wedding in December, but yeah, I don't have enough room for her to do a fancy dance break. A little getting stupid. Truth says his guests need no introduction and says that means time for another dance break. But then Carmella bids to welcome their first guest, which of course I'm thinking, okay, who's going to be? And it's Stephanie McMahon. And I'm like, because we all know, when Stephanie McMahon comes out most of the time, it's just she's going to come out and just, once again, I keep saying, all due respect to the woman, she does a lot for the company, but obviously her character just crawls up my skin. But all due respect, she had to be there because she's a former general manager of SmackDown Live herself. She comes out, takes her seat, and Truth goes to ask her a question. And then Shane came out, which is the first time in, I'd say, maybe not Raw 25. He was at WrestleMania, maybe since like WrestleMania season or whatnot, we had last seen Shane. I cannot remember the last time we had seen Shane. We were talking about that last night in my Raw review. But he welcomes us to the show with a good pop and thanks everyone in attendance and watching on behalf of WWE before welcoming his sister to the A show, which I pop big time. Like, you got that. Stephanie points out that Raw has been on the air longer and says that Raw wouldn't kick an anniversary show off with Truth TV, which I'm thinking so it would kick off with another 20-minute authority promo like we get all the time, or another Roman Reigns promo reminding us that he's the big dog and blah, blah, blah. Brock Lesnar, blah, blah, blah. We hear it all the freaking time. But Shane says SmackDown likes to put things people want to see on the air. So they're bickering, and now came the boss himself, Mr. McMahon, comes to the ring, walking like he usually does, and he says, he mentions how the E in WWE stands for entertainment. I'm like, gosh, he has to remind us that. Not wrestling, it's entertainment. Says he knows what people want, a dance break. So they all start doing a random dance break. You know, I felt the segment was going to continue or whatnot, but again, just randomly gets cut off. Just like that. Just a random dance break. Vince McMahon at his old age showed that he could not dance. We get AJ Styles making his entrance. And then shortly after, Daniel Bryan starts his entrance. Like, not as the AJ's entrance was really much completed at all. So they go to the ring, and they shake hands. And then out came their opponents after the commercial break, the Usos. So I'm thinking, all right, this shouldn't be too bad of a match. I mean, you know, obviously we got the two guys, you know, going for the world title, taking on, you know, the Usos. And you know what? The Usos have had a good history on SmackDown, I'd say. So, like, I'm cool with them having a match like this. Before the match, Bryan and whichever Usos was in the ring, they shook hands. Match wasn't too bad. Of course, though, you know, this the point. This was trying to, you know, start like teasing some type of, like, you know, tension. You know, it's gonna be a face-on-face feud, as it seems probably is going to be. They started teasing some tension between Bryan and Styles. Whenever Bryan went to go punch one of the Usos, got out of the way, he accidentally hit Styles in the face instead, and off the distraction, it causes, you know, Styles get knocked down, and he did a double super kick on Daniel Bryan, and the Usos pin Bryan for the win. Afterwards, they have Bryan and Styles are staring each other down. They start just jawing at each other pretty much. So, not a bad tag match. Nothing really, you know, too special that really happened in the match, but it was what it was. When we see Paige, of course, here and there, we just randomly get, you know, just, you know, a random slideshow. No announcements or anything, just, you know, just music in the background, slideshow showing, you know, moments in SmackDown history. So I'm like, okay, they could at least, you know, say something about this during during those moments. I thought that was just odd how they didn't, you know, say anything there. But then we see Paige backstage chatting. Out comes Vicky Guerrero, smiling. They hug it out. Then Teddy Long goes out of nowhere doing his whole holla thing. Then John Laurinaitis out of nowhere and does the whole people power thing. And then we cut from that. I'm rushing through this because that's how the show felt. Rushed. Teddy Long didn't make a single tag team match, playa. Holla, holla. I mean, I know we're tired of those tag team matches. You know, if anything, he should have at least made the tag team match with Bryan and Styles taking on the Usos. Just a thought. I thought that's what should have happened. Or he could have been the one who pitched the idea for a SmackDown tag title match. Holla, holla, playa. But that is the GM to show up there, people power and whatnot. Just you know, making a pose and just, you know, idiots waving high. Again, it just felt rushed. It's just not enough time to savor in the moments at all. But yeah, who texted me? Oh, my cousin. Never mind. Don't need to answer that now. Anyway, so we had that happen, and then we get Evolution. My opinion, the best part of the show. Evolution comes out, making their entrance together. We see the Game, the Cerebral Assassin, Triple H, the Nature Boy, woo! Ric Flair, the Viper, Randy Orton, and the Animal himself, for the first time since going like this, Batista, have all returned to the ring. Well, not all of them. Again, just more so just Batista, because Flair's been around here and there. So they come out again to the ring. Triple H gets on the microphone and talks about SmackDown having 1,000 episodes, say it's a monumental achievement, a direct result of constantly evolving, even though SmackDown for a few years was nothing but a recap show. They brought together one of the group that epitomized the word evolution to celebrate the occasion. Ric Flair says he's more used to 10,000. And Orton talks about all the fond memories he had getting his start with these guys. But it was just a start, and he's kept on evolving. And while Triple H has run the show, Rick has lived vicariously through his daughter's achievements, and Batista spent more time in a makeup chair than a ring. He cemented his legacy. So at first I thought, oh, maybe you're going to have, Orton, just taking some more shots because, he's the heel or whatnot out of this whole group. And then, of course, it gets time for no other than Batista himself, who, as always, was wearing sunglasses. And again, apparently I heard somewhere, reason why Batista always wears sunglasses when he cuts up promos, because apparently he has stage fright. I heard rumors. So it was time for Batista to speak. And this is the first time since the night after Payback in 2014 he was seen in a WWE ring. And I gotta give Batista credit again. Before I say this again, I probably mentioned how many times. Again, I'm a late bloomer fan, as always. Only run I got to see with Batista was when he came back in 2014. And I kind of gave him a little bit of a bad rap for that. Going back, though, again, watching his long face run from when he first turned on Triple H to, when he turned heel on Rey Mysterio in 2009, and this ended his career as a vicious-looking heel, which he was pretty good at in that role, which is why I was glad they did put him back in that role when they realized his babyface run was not working out for him when he first came back in 2014, not being that big triumphant babyface hero they wanted him to be. But again, I'm like, you know what? I would like to see him have one more shot. Again, having one more run. But he gets on the microphone, once again, in his sunglasses, and he admits he's a little nervous. He's going to enjoy every second of this, though, and ignore what Randy had just said. The last place he wants to be is with a microphone in hand, as most of us know. He thought about what he really wanted to say on this great occasion, and he came up with 4 things. He wanted to be here tonight because it's SmackDown 1000. 1,000 episodes of a brand that he's proud to say he helped build, which is true. He was mainly a SmackDown guy when he was around. Second, they're in his hometown where he grew up. A poor kid that worked 2 blocks down the road, bouncing in nightclubs and saw more violence than any kid should see. And here he is talking to all of us, a dream come true. Third, the fans. Whether we booed him or called him Blue-tista or Boo-tista, sometimes we hated him, sometimes we loved him, but every night he busted his ass and he loves us and wants nothing but to entertain us. He gave us everything every night, and all he cared about was entertaining us. Fourth, Evolution, the stable, not the pay-per-view, and how special it is. How the molecules change in the ring when they walk in the room. When Line in the Sand plays, which I have that on my phone, it's a different vibe. 4 world champions brought together as an army. Never before or since. It's special. Orton, 13-time champion. First time he saw him in OVW, he knew he was special, and so did Flair and Triple H. He's got more talent in his pinky than half the guys who ever stepped foot in the ring. He says. And of course, gets to Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, Space Mountain, 16-time champion, or 21, of course, we're counting for real, but there's nothing he can say we don't know, or is there? He tells Rick that thing in his pants before observing that it's a family show, of course. Keep it in there, whatnot, which they got a good pop from that. Then he gets to Triple H, which I'm like, ooh, from what we've heard, again, in interviews, like Batista's always said he would like to come back to work one more program with Triple H, which again, I still think makes sense based off of, the history between them and how he left the company last time. So when he left Triple H for last, I'm thinking, ooh, this could be something good. Was it good? Yes. Didn't quite get as far as I wanted, but it left me intrigued and hoping even though WWE get your hopes up sometimes, but it is SmackDown. So, there's a little bit of room to hope. But again, since I heard Mr. Oh, you didn't know is still partially running for SmackDown, the hope has died me a little bit. But anyways, he gets Triple H. He calls him the Game, 14-time champion, and the man who single-handedly changed the business. Which it is true. It's damn true. He not only runs the business, he is the business. And he says there's nothing he hasn't done except beat him. And the crowd popped. Triple H stared him down. The two walked up to each other, went face to face, and I thought, ooh, that's a tease. That's got to be a tease. Ric Flair got in the middle of them and played Peacemaker, and then it led to Batista and Triple H hugging it out, and then everybody hugs it out, pretty much ending the segment. So, again, I personally thought this was a segment of the night, celebrating, the legacy behind the stable Evolution, of course. Definitely dominating. A few of these guys I felt made their home on SmackDown Live, especially Batista, because he was, as you said before, he was mainly part of the Blue brand. As a single star, at least. I really enjoyed what he had to say, and I did like how he kind of fired a shot at Triple H, saying that he's done everything except for beat him, which he just beat the Undertaker. He should be HBK. He's beating Orton. He's probably beating everyone else at one point in his career. Has he beaten Batista though? Is that a sign? WrestleMania 35, which by the way I booked my hotel for the other day. We're just waiting for the tickets to come, but looks like I'm going to WrestleMania 35 next year, people. So yeah, I enjoyed this promo again. Me, best part of the show, I thought. I like what Batista had to say, and hopefully this is not the last time we see him. So yeah, let's check out the live chat, guys, and see what we got here. Let's see here. We've got, where were we at here? Right here. What happened to all the women who were advertised? Yeah, that's another thing too I was disappointed about the show. There was no women who came back other than Vicky Guerrero. No Michelle McCool, no Tori Wilson. I'm not sure who else would have made their name on SmackDown Live. None of them. I was a little disappointed by that as well. So hopefully we'll at least get somebody coming back. Besides Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me! We got no women! Well, why did I use my phone instead of the actual microphone? I'm out of it tonight. Truth TV is actually good. I do agree. A lot of people weren't there. Vince dancing made me laugh, honestly. It shows how bad of a dancer he really is. Lauren liked Steph's hair tonight. Vince was funny tonight, but I'm shocked fans cheered him, though, which I do agree about that, knowing how bad he is at creative these days. Shane was last seen at Mania 34. That is true. So I remember that. And, of course, he did introduce Paige as the new SmackDown Live general manager. Was Jeff even on SmackDown night? He was seen backstage shaking Ray's hand, giving him a hug. Which bold eyes just sit there. What's up, Mark? He said, I wish the WWE would make up their mind about the Big Show. Do they want him to be face or a heel? I talked about that a little bit. I think I'll speak about it briefly in here when I get to that, though, about my opinion about Big Show. Surprisingly, Matt Hardy and AJ Lee wasn't there tonight. They were also huge parts of SmackDown, as was Melina, which would have been a good idea. Who knows with turns anymore? They just randomly happen. It makes no sense. We've had how many heel turns happen lately? Again, face turns. We need face turns. A few people could benefit from a face turn. Put Becky Lynch back to be the babyface. Braun Strowman, even though it might have happened last night. I couldn't tell. I mean, Drew McIntyre, once him and Dolph drop the tag titles, Drew McIntyre could be, in line for a great face run if they do so. Ruby Riott or anybody from the Riott Squad for crying out loud to split that stable up. Yeah, good looking AJ Lee back. It would be nice if AJ would come back, but I see it's hard. And where was Maurice, Bellas, and Maria? They were SmackDown too. Well, maybe Maurice, Bellas. I've seen enough of them right now. Maria Kanellis, wouldn't mind, but again, no women. I don't understand that. Shock, no Shield tonight either. Again, it was the Shield were around at a time where SmackDown was not really too relevant. I mean, and then they had the iconic moment where they triple powerbomb the Undertaker through a table on SmackDown. So Shield not being there, I could be fine with that. Styles and Bryan heating up, yes, definitely. If you had a choice, would you turn Bryan or Styles? Ooh, that's a tough one. I personally would prefer Styles. Like Daniel Bryan at this point with his story and everything, it's too hard to want to boo Daniel Bryan. I think Styles, I feel like it'd be easier for me to boo Styles than Bryan, honestly. So I would say probably Styles. Are the Usos heel, face, or tweener? She's confused. They're still baby faces. Again, they shook hands with Daniel Bryan, and one of the Usos shook hands before the match started. So it was just a friendly competition. Was Vicky getting cheered? I couldn't tell. They were just backstage while the announcers were talking and just randomly doing random things. Heyman, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Heyman show up as well. Heck, Brock could have came also because Brock was on SmackDown for most of his early run, back in the early 2000s. But yeah, man, yeah. Of course, Brock doesn't show up because he shows up whenever he wants to. Bowl of Eyes says, honestly think the brand split this time around is very interesting. Yeah, honestly, because I'd read a rumor earlier today also that they may drop the brand split after SmackDown moves to the Fridays. Personally, again, even though there has been shown some cracks, I still don't want, and even though I do complain about how there's too many titles, I still don't think the brand split should end because, again, a lot of people, with how stacked this roster is, a lot of people would not be getting any opportunities that should be getting opportunities right now. So I'm still pro brand split right there, but I am seeing some weaknesses though this year, definitely. But I did find it interesting as well. Lauren doesn't think there's no points in the brand split anymore. W is disappointing how now you can tell people, fans and the stars don't care anymore. They just do it just to do it, to be honest. It's somewhat true eventually because, of course, there's only a few people in the company that matter. Roman Reigns. Evolution was the best part tonight, she thought. Did you hear the rumor Ric Flair slept with over 10,000 women? Which is probably the reference of keeping it in there. I'm not sure if that is true or not, but that'd be crazy. Orton and Batista were definitely savage. It does need to die at some point, and it will. Maybe once the amount of talent goes down, probably yes. But again, SmackDown will just be pointless again, in my opinion. She had so many fans say, why was Evolution on SmackDown when they were on Raw? I'm like, every member was part of SmackDown. I mean, at one point, yeah. I mean, especially you wanted to draw ratings. You were in D.C., Batista's home crowd. And once again, Batista, who hasn't been seen on TV since 2014, it's 4 years ago, was part of the Blue brand for a good portion of his career. So I'd say, definitely having Evolution there was the right way to go. Did you notice Orton wasn't on Triple H's shirt? I actually did not take notice of that. I love Orton, but did he have a nose job or gain weight? I have no idea. Only you would notice that, but I did not notice that. Or maybe it's my TV. Maybe. And of course, yeah, we know you're a huge Orton fan. Triple H versus Batista. She's calling it again. I'd be cool with that happening as well. Yeah, that's what I heard. Apparently, again, the reason why Batista wears sunglasses whenever he cuts up promos is because he has stage fright. That I swear I heard that somewhere. That's why he wears sunglasses when he has a promo. I think this is Batista's one-off appearance until the Rumble. Maybe he could be a surprise entrance in the Rumble. Maybe. It's a shame Evolution was never face. I mean, I could say maybe at some point again it ran out, but the thing was most of the time Evolution again was the story of Evolution. The reason why they split was mainly helping Triple H continue his power, whatnot that he felt, his continue that concept of power with Triple H. So that's why I probably at some point they probably wouldn't be the time was not really right for them to be baby faces. Them being baby faces though, with the run together, I'm sure all three of them definitely could go together for another run. would be good. Heck, I said last night, you know, since they seem to are moving on with the whole thing with, Strowman, Ziggler, McIntyre, if they want to really have the Shield have a match at TLC and a TLC match, and I said put them up against Undisputed Era, how about a feud with Undisputed Era and Evolution? Ooh, I just nailed another one right there. I'm on fire! But yeah, I'd be for that. Evolution and Undisputed Era. I'd love to see that feud if that ever happened. Evolution equals Legends compared to Evolution Women's Pay-Per-View. I'd choose the Legends. I definitely agree with that. Sorry, but she never liked Flair. He gets on her nerves. No worries. Orton shaved. He did. I hope they don't screw the all-women's pay-per-view. I have a feeling they will, because they're probably going to put, again, as I said before, the main event should be Becky and Charlotte, last one standing, but nope. This is going to be the main event of Evolution. Nikki's shaking her ass, which I won't deny. It's pretty good looking, but I don't stare at women's butts. But still, that's not what the main event should be. Evolution, she's hoping is good. The most talented in Evolution is Orton, then Triple H, then Batista, then Flair. That's in her opinion. Mark was disappointed about Evolution, all this hype about women returning, and no offense, but all we got so far was Trish, Lita, and Tori. Yeah, I heard rumor maybe Ivory might show up. I don't know. But maybe Michelle McCool. If Charlotte wasn't feuding with Becky, I did hear rumor one time of a match with Charlotte and Michelle McCool. I'm interested in seeing that if that was the case, but I'm sure we're gonna be getting more of them in that battle royale. But hopefully, that battle royale we'll know who is in it, and not like how it was at the Miss WrestleMania battle royale. And my one friend mentioned last night, don't even think about putting Santina Marella in that battle royale. Here's the thing that pissed me off: not just the fact that Santina Marella won, but you watch the match again, and everyone just walked around Santina like she didn't even matter. Like no one even tried to go after her. Yes, him. Yes, it's a man dressed up in a woman's costume, but still, no one even tried. It was stupid. Don't want to rant about that though right now. We'll rant about that in another video someday. And Tori is going to be at Evolution in the Battle Royal. They announced it on Raw. She's going to be there. We got Tanush Kumar. If I am mispronouncing your name, I do apologize. What's up? He says he hates Batista. He is a big quitter. It kind of did make sense though. The write him off. He didn't quit because he wanted to be. He was, getting ready to move on to Hollywood for both times that he left. Pretty much, they did a good job. Too bad we didn't see Tori or Michelle tonight, which I agree. The show was a hype up for nothing, but it was a lot better than Raw 25. Again, I do agree. These anniversary shows are so hyped up, and when the shows air, it disappoints. The last anniversary show I don't think really disappointed that much was Raw 1000, but yeah, I do agree. False advertising for superstars just made the list. Actually, yes, that is definitely a good idea. False advertisements, you just made the list. So I put lies on the list. False advertise. Put that on the list. Lauren said she would turn Brian, which again, I think that's still fine. Santina, face, yes, I agree. No, thank you. Charlotte versus Michelle, take her money. Hope Tori wins a battle royale. She's still as she says, 1000 show feeling rushed made the list. Yes, it did. I'll do the last hour of the show to keep the stuff in the live chat coming, guys. We then had Rusev and Miz take on for a World Cup qualifying match. Kurt Angle on commentary. Well, one, he's in the World Cup also, and also because he had a history of being on SmackDown, of course. Match was quick. Aiden English came out and distracted Rusev. Miz rolled him up to win, which again, honestly, I mean, again, I know I don't really care too much about this Roy Cup, this World Cup, but if you want to make it meaningful, have the Miz win the World Cup. Honestly, that way that could get his claim for him to being in the championship feud, because I do think eventually we will see a triple threat between AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, and the Miz. We will see that at some point. Could be at Survivor Series, or it could be at TLC. I'd say we'll be seeing a triple threat between the two of them. But yeah, the match was rushed. Afterwards, Lana kicks Aiden right where the sun does not shine, and then based off of that, Rusev just starts throwing his tag partner into the steel steps, into a barricade, and ripping off his shirt, and he just throws him over the announce table. Backstage, we see Edge talking to one of his former partners, Kurt Hawkins. Which did he get moved to SmackDown also, Kurt? Because everybody's getting moved around randomly. I don't know, and I don't really care. Back from commercial, we got another reel, and then of course we get "You Think You Know Me." Edge comes out for the Peep Show. Tony Chimmel, of course, introduced him just like old times. Edge is on the microphone and says that he's a great man, and he knew he lived his life huge, and he's always tried to do the same thing, and it doesn't get much better than much better than SmackDown 1000. He had to be here, and he says that SmackDown has always felt like his show, which honestly, again, looking back at his career highlights and whatnot, I think that is true. He didn't feel like he really, I mean, I saw how this when he was on Raw. It just didn't seem like he really fit on Raw. He was more of a SmackDown guy. Most of his greats accomplished, of course, happened there, cashing in Money in the Bank against Taker, competing against Eddie Guerrero in one of the best matches, a no disqualification match. I've heard that's one of the best SmackDown matches. I haven't seen it yet, but I'd definitely check it out. And he married Vicky Guerrero, and he's like, oh gosh, why did I do that? And then he says, I divorced Vicky Guerrero. I'm like, okay, that's better. That's better. And so on. The show really means something to him. In the last few weeks, he's been watching the show, and he had to come here tonight to address it. As strange as it may sound, though, the Rated R superstar is going to attempt to be SmackDown's moral compass. And he introduced his first guest on the cutting edge, Becky Lynch. Becky comes out, of course, to being cheered. Edge says he's happy that she's here. And of course, we're going to get to Charlotte shortly. But he couldn't help but notice when she walked down the aisle, they had a lot of similarities. Of course, he also puts over the fact that, which I like this, that the crowd was really excited to see her, which I'm like, thank you, Edge, for saying that, because that is the truth. If you want to push on the fact that you want us to hate Becky, push more on the fact that the crowd wants to see Becky. So Becky comes out and says that Edge is one of the people she modeled her career on, and she appreciated that he sees what she sees. Edge asks her to hear him out and says, more than anyone else, he understands what she's doing and what she's thinking. He wasn't supposed to be in the main event. He wasn't the hand-picked one, which is true. He was not the chosen one. He had to scratch and claw, bite for every inch he earned in this company, just like she has. But he gets that she's making the right choice and throwing her friendship away, but he's telling her that that's not the right choice. He made the same choices. If there was a friendship that got in his way between him and the top, he stepped on it and crushed it, leaving a trail of burnt bridges. But here's the thing. You can win all the titles you want. Your face can be on all the posters you want, but the choices you make change who you are. They stain your soul, and he still sees a good person in her. The end results of the choices she's making end with her sitting at home, staring at the championships on the wall, remembering the accomplishments by herself. But the kicker is she won't even like herself. This clearly hits home with Becky when she admits he's right. She doesn't like herself, but she loves herself. tells him to stop being so condensing and get out of her ring, and bids him be careful. He doesn't want to hurt his neck again going through the ropes. Charlotte then comes out, says that Becky loves what she's become. She's going to love what she does to her right now. And then she does like a double leg takedown, and they start brawling with each other. Referees come out, pulling them apart as they keep brawling. We even see Adam Pearce, former NWA World Champion, and we also see Jamie Noble, and also we see Mr. My name is Finlay, and I love to fight, come out as well to get things under control. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, Becky was savage once again, literally firing the shots at Edge like she did. As much as I can say this promo was great, it still kind of bothers me that the WWE is still going out of their way to try to make us hate Becky Lynch. Again, this should be just on the hate between Becky and Charlotte, not Becky being full out heel and just being stubborn to everyone else. She's trying to, show Charlotte Flair, trying to put her foot down to Charlotte Flair, saying, hey, I'm tired of you getting all these opportunities, and I have to work so much harder than you to get these opportunities. Once again, how are we supposed to hate Becky for wanting to, put down someone who gets an opportunity handed to them after being knocked to the back of the line and going away for 6 weeks to get a boob fixed? Again, why should we hate Becky for this? And the WWE tonight seemed to use Edge to make us hate Becky. And although the promo was good, again, I'll give them the credit. It was good. Becky being savage again was great. It's not going to make me... why couldn't Becky do this to someone more hateable? Why couldn't she do this? Why couldn't Becky listen to that to John Laurinaitis? Trash John Laurinaitis. Instead, she trashed Edge's neck, which again was savage. It was good, but man, why are they continuing to force this on us? Oh, I just hope that they don't try to keep pushing Becky on us as a heel for that much longer again, because eventually it's going to hurt her. Again, her backing away from fights is not her. Her, again, they're trying to push her in a direction that's not her. Again, if she's just trying to be more aggressive again and just not to take things, more seriously, as in, protect her title and not, I work hard to get to the top here. I'm not, taking any chances again and getting knocked back down again, then cool. But no, you are turning her into a typical cowardly heel. And, if they didn't do that, I'd be able to swallow this a little bit more. But the fact that, to me, again, the promo was good. I want to say that this whole rant. The promo was good. The problem was, I have this though, is they pretty much took a beloved superstar in Edge and tried to make people get us to boo Becky, because why would we boo Edge? Why would we boo Edge? That's true. But why would we boo Becky? Who's the true star there being developed now? Edge, all respect, I wish the guy was still wrestling, but unfortunately he's not. Becky's the one that should be cheered. Of course, Charlotte still got booed when she came out, because she should be the heel, not a white knight baby face. When people are going to want to cheer Charlotte, then you can make her the baby face. She's not the baby face in this feud. And stop trying to push that fact down our throats. And rant. But we got that. Backstage, we see Rey Mysterio reunite with Jeff Hardy. They have a little reunion. We have another random SmackDown PowerPoint with just music in there. We're then introduced for the next match. So we're going to have Hall of Famers Jerry the King Lawler and Booker T take the New Day's commentary booth during the tag title match. New Day is going to be Big E and Xavier Woods taking on Sheamus and Cesaro, The Bar, for the SmackDown tag titles. Again, it's random that The Bar just getting another tag title match. They lost at Super Showdown, but it wasn't opposed to this happening. The match wasn't bad. Again, I still think their best match on their best match, I think, is either The match they had, Roadblock ended the line when the Bar beat them for the titles to end their like 483-day title reign. Or the match they had the last SmackDown before SummerSlam and that and number one contenders match. Because the match they had at Super Showdown, it was decent, but I expected better. This one was like, in between that and the second best match I've seen them have before. This one was solid. I thought the match was solid with the offense they had in there and some of the near falls they had in as well. Of course, Big E did that vicious spear again. My one friend, I keep thinking Big E's got to stop doing that spear. He's going to pop a shoulder out doing that spear one day. But the interesting part comes towards the end. Well, not really interesting, but the random part comes at the end. Out came the Big Show, who randomly returned last week to SmackDown to have a match for the World Cup qualifier against Randy Orton. Big Show came out, and he stared down the bar, and then he put out his hand to Kofi Kingston, who had just been taken out, and helps him up. He's holding on to his hand, looking at the bar, then he turns back around, choke slams Kofi through the New Day's announce table. Big E's reaction was priceless, by the way. Turns around, eats a bro kick from Sheamus. The Bar are new SmackDown tag titles, which I think they were definitely deserving of getting the nod now. But then Big Show goes in and endorses them. So why is the Big Show all of a sudden siding with the Bar? Like, it's very random. And here's what I said in my turn alert for this. Besides the fact this is Big Show turning for the 24th time, apparently. Big Show to me is not even a part-timer right now. To me, he's just an attraction. And most of the time you see Big Show, he's doing advertisements for different charity work that the WWE is doing. If that's the best role he's going to be in right now, then don't you think he should still be a baby face? If he's being a heel and doing this charity work, even though Stephanie McMahon, I'm sure Sheamus and other people who are heels do charity work as well. But if he's not even considered part-time, just an attraction to me, and still doing all this behind the scenes work, I think he should be a babyface, personally. That's just my opinion. I don't know if this is a one-off thing or, long term, or is this going to lead something with, a 6-man with the Bar and Big Show taking on the New Day. It's just random. If it was somebody else, maybe I'd be able to digest it easier. But yeah, the Bar and Big Show? I don't know. Bar tag champ, new SmackDown tag champions, five-time tag team champions. Now, Booker T be there next week saying five-time. Now, probably not because, But anyways, the Bar win that match. They're champions. Then we see John Cena get a Handicam promo. He puts over SmackDown, talks about how important SmackDown was to develop his career, pretty much. Just like we've seen him here how many times. That's all he says when he's showing anymore. How WWE is great. SmackDown has been great to me. It's all we hear him talk about anymore. Like, at this point, why even show up anymore, Cena? No offense. You're pretty much saying, you're done. If the best you can do is come back and just put over, how good it is every time, then I think you should not even bother. But, we got that. We had Rey Mysterio return, which is his first one-on-one match since, I believe, against Bad News Barrett at the Raw after WrestleMania 30. This is his first one-on-one match because he was in the Royal Rumble this year, which again, I was glad to see Rey come back and get a good reaction, especially after the reaction he got being booed, being number 30 in the 2014 Royal Rumble match. Again, it was not his fault. It's just that we wanted Daniel Bryan in that Royal Rumble match. They couldn't give that to us. But he took on Shinsuke Nakamura. Match was short. Of course, my favorite part was when Rey did that suicide dive under the bottom rope and landed flat on Shinsuke, which that was a pretty awesome move. But, of course, it was just a quick little match just to, welcome Rey back and get him the offense in. So in some way, the match wasn't awful, but in some ways, you had Shinsuke Nakamura, a former megastar, and your current U.S. champion kind of jobbed the Rey Mysterio in some ways a little bit. No offense to Rey. Rey's great, but They could put a little more of a competitive match, I thought, in my opinion. Ray wins, go to the World Cup. Shinsuke, again, is just a joke as U.S. champion. It's just a demotion. It's a consolation prize, and they're doing nothing with that title. When was the last time the U.S. title actually felt relevant? Oh, I know. Don't answer that question. John Cena in 2015. That's the last time the U.S. title felt relevant. Now it's a joke. Even the IC, no offense to Seth Rollins, the IC title is now a joke because it's not defended, because now all of a sudden Seth Rollins is a Shield guy. Roman Reigns pound puppies, as TN Couponer says whenever he comes onto my streams. That's all it is. Mysterio wins the match, so goes to the World Cup, which I'm cool with that because we're seeing Mysterio around longer. Then the gong goes off, and out comes Taker. And I'm like, okay, he only has like 5 minutes left. What's he going to say? Don't make this short and stupid, just like it was. He talked for just 2 seconds at Raw 25. And he talks for 2 seconds again. All he does is says that he's got 3 words for DX when it comes to Crown Jewel. Rest in peace. The show ends. Taker shows up at an anniversary show just to say not even 10 words about his Crown Jewel match. What was the point of even showing up? Like, well, why couldn't they have given Ray and Shinsuke those last 5 minutes and just give them a little bit more of a competitive match? To me, Taker's show was pointless. Absolutely pointless. But there you guys have it. That is my live review of SmackDown 1000. Thank God we got it in. No more alerts for computer viruses on his computer since I, emptied out my browser caches. YouTube didn't go down once again. Of course, didn't still fix my thumbnail issue I'm having on my phone. For some reason, my thumbnails aren't updating from YouTube on my phone for some reason. I don't know why, but update on here, no problem. But yeah, that is SmackDown 1000, guys. Let's check the polls before I go back to the live chat. We're going to give SmackDown 1000 17 votes. 18% said A, 29% said B, 29% said C, 24% said D or lower. And what shows you enjoy more this week, Raw or SmackDown 1000? 40% said Raw, 60% said SmackDown 1000 out of 5 votes. And actually also, since those results ended also, let's go back also to last night. Oh, boy. So last night I posted a poll on Twitter saying who had the better, comeback line on the bell. Is AJ Lee's talent is not sexually transmitted, or Ronda Rousey's line of the only door you ever knocked down was a door to John Cena's bedroom, and he threw you right back out that same door. 8 votes, 50-50 on that. So we got even results there. I will check the live chat again in a second, but again, my grade for SmackDown 1000. Again, the show wasn't bad. Like this, as a general show, wasn't bad, but as an anniversary show, again, it was okay. Could have been a little bit better, though. I was hoping for some other surprise. Again, I was disappointed we didn't really get any women returning. So because of that, I'll give this show a B-. B- for SmackDown 1000. Let's check the live chat one more time before checking out. Let me see here. Let's see where we were at. Let's see here. I go right here, yeah. Lauren saying she hopes that Tori Wilson. I read that part. We got Mark saying there are 2 matches I'm hoping we get to see: Rey Mysterio versus Daniel Bryan. Yes, I'd like to see that match, and Rey Mysterio versus AJ Styles. That would be an awesome match as well. Lauren's not a fan of Mysterio. He's talented, but not her cup of tea, which is fine. I told you he was going to qualify. He deserved it, but Rusev did too. I definitely agree. Disappointed The Rock. In The Rock, all we got for him was a tweet. I wish The Rock would have been able to come too. Unfortunately, didn't. Lauren thinks we're going to get Rusev versus Aiden at Crown Jewel. Honestly, do that Crown Jewel, fine me, but I'm only going to watch Styles and Bryan. Rock's a huge movie star now, so Now he doesn't give a fuck pretty much. Zack Ryder and Kurt are both useless. Oh, they definitely are. Yeah, that's of course. Edge looks like his old self, but he's getting that old look. He's starting to. Yeah, Beth Phoenix also didn't show up. Or Kelly. Wouldn't have been bad for either in the show, I say. Edge is one of her faves, and he is awesome on the mic. He is. No Christian either. What was this show thinking? Would have been nice. No Lillian, no Bray Wyatt, no Justin Roberts, no Taz. Yeah, no Taz. Where was Taz tonight? JR could have also. No Kali. I'm fine with no Kali. Becky is awesome heel, though, you gotta admit. Again, she's awesome. She is awesome as a heel, but of course, again, it's just the wrong time for her to be a heel because WWE is trying to push it onto us instead of just letting it happen naturally. Would you rather turn Charlotte or Roman? Ooh, that's a tough one. Roman. Definitely I'd rather turn Roman. At least this story still with Charlotte and Becky is still great, though. That's the thing. I won't take that away from that. That's still a great story. Edge on point, though, but so was Becky. Yep, or Bex. Do you think Becky is winning at Evolution? I'm really not sure. I heard a rumor, though, when Becky was talking about her jaw recently. Apparently, there may be something more to that, I heard. So, with that being said, they may take the title off Becky at Evolution, which I'm still kind of hoping no, keep it on Becky. But we'll see what happens there. But I keep hearing that Vince has apparently been impressed with Becky's work, which is a good thing at least. Let's see here. Come on, Charlotte, you've done the exact same thing Becky is doing like you did in 16. Exactly, which is why, again, it doesn't make any sense at all with why, they want us to boo Becky but not Charlotte. They say Becky has a jaw injury, and now they're saying Charlotte win a title because, yeah, that's what I heard. But she thinks Becky is fine. I don't think she's injured at all. Becky has a heel that was working. She likes again, yeah, it's working. I mean, she's savage, but again, they're still trying to push on us to hate her. That's the thing I don't like. What's up, T and Couponer? Not too bad by yourself. Can't say face forever unless you're Jeff, Ray, Roman, or Cena, which sucks. Exactly. Again, like Becky could have been a heel at one point again, but again, it was just the wrong time because it doesn't make any sense once again because Charlotte did all this to Becky, so it kind of makes Charlotte a little like a hypocrite. Heels are loved, true, yeah. You can't boo Edge or Becky, exactly. Tired but good, hard day at work. That sucks. How was SmackDown again? SmackDown 1000 again. I gave it a B minus. As a regular show was fine, but as an anniversary show, expected better. But it was better than Raw 25. If Charlotte faces Ronda and Mania, she could turn. Charlotte is the female Roman, sadly. It's starting to make it great. We got Matt Lutman. What's up, Matt? He said just got home from SmackDown. Glad you're able to see that. She'll take Booker and Lawler over Byron and Tom. So happy the bar won. About time. Just don't give New Day another contender match. Maybe, yeah. I'm really starting to think that it is time to have New Day split. Again, it's just their tag title reigns again are just starting to drag out a little bit. I think they need to consider splitting them up. Again, put them back together someday, get a few more tag title runs, cool. Give Big E that singles push, though, that he deserves. I mean, Xavier Woods could do something good, too, as a single star also. Kofi Kingston, my goodness, can do it as well. Give him a world title run. Probably won't happen, but I think it's time we definitely need to split up New Day. I have a feeling New Day is going to feud with Big Show and another heel partner. Probably. Why was Big Show face last week and heel this week? It doesn't make any sense. I agree. Vicky was out on commentary during the New Day match. No. I don't think Vicky was. The main event you didn't see was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Oh, was it a dark match? I guess. Big Show only showed up about 5 times a year, pretty much. Becky apparently won the match. He said the match was good, which is awesome. Show doesn't need to turn unless he's returning full time. I agree. Becky and Charlotte didn't have a match. It was a segment. I think Matt was saying that it was a dark match after SmackDown. I think it happened. Big Show's 24th turn just made the list exactly. Wasn't aired. Cena's promo was half-assed. I love him, but Wasn't he backstage? He could have just shown up. I agree. It was the last match of the night. Welcome to the SmackDown review. Have fun. Mysterio, we all knew what was winning, which again was kind of obvious, but I'm glad he's coming back for a little longer. World Cup, she thinks looks good. Who do we got now in the World Cup? We got Miz, Mysterio, Hardy, and Orton, and then Cena, which he didn't even have a match. I don't know why he was added in. Cena, Angle, Rollins, and Ziggler. I'm not a fan of Ziggler being in it. I mean, all of them fine except for Ziggler. I would rather have had McIntyre in it instead of Ziggler. Like, why Ziggler? If he's tried to weak link and taking the pins in all the matches for that tag team, like, why is he in it and not Drew? She still thinks Miz could win. Hope not, but she can see. I mean, I think of all of that, I think Miz should win it. At least, make it not look like just something just to happen, like the Andre the Giant, but just to also give him reason for him to say he deserves to be in the title hunt. I think he should win it. Cena was the last one to make the U.S. title relevant. Orton was U.S. champ too, but they should have made him champion longer. I agree. The time just having as a paper run. Because for him, Bobby Roode was U.S. champion. Oh my goodness, that was an awful run. Also, Taker should have cut a better promo on how SmackDown was his home instead of saying "Rest in peace, DX." I agree, but nope. Undertaker chose the wrong words for Crown Jewel. He did. Still think Taker's a heel though, or DX's face is still confusing. She feels. She'll catch me Thursday for the stream. Sweet dreams. Thanks for joining us, Lauren. Cena needs to become Intercontinental Champion too. If they booked him better again, I wouldn't mind seeing again run the IC title because he hasn't had that title yet. Matt said he had a great time, which is awesome. SmackDown was #1 trend worldwide, which is awesome. Marcus hope they gave Mysterio another title run. Maybe he'll take the U.S. title off of Nakamura. Not sure. Mysterio versus Styles title at matches Royal Rumble, which that wouldn't be a bad idea at all. But I do think the Miz is going to eventually take the title off of Miz. That's why I see in long run, and then WrestleMania we're going to see Daniel Bryan versus the Miz for the WWE title there. So yeah, I mean, I think that's what we got. But yeah, I think with that I will check out. Again, thank you, Lauren, T and Couponer, Mark, and we have Matt Lutman. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you had a good time at SmackDown tonight, Matt. And make sure you guys also, stay tuned for more content to come on my channel as well. Please slap a like on the video. Again, if you're watching this after the review ends, make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section. I give SmackDown 1000 a B- again. As an overall show, if I was rating this as an overall show, I probably agree with Lauren and give this like a B+. But for not quite hitting the level of expectations for an anniversary show, I'm gonna give it a B-. So yeah, so tomorrow maybe I'll try to check out NXT UK, see how it is. I'm not sure if I'll do any reviews on it yet or not, but maybe I will because it's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it's in the middle of my day and I kind of have other things I got to do. But I will check that out at some point. I'll watch 205 Live tomorrow, of course. Hopefully see Maria Kanellis in that black dress again. Please. Get a little too excited there again. Mike Kanellis, can I please switch places with you and listen to those names? Just kidding. But I still got to say last week, Maria Kanellis in that black dress was the best part of my week last week. Just saying. But I'll catch 205 Live. NXT, of course, I'll be watching the next week of Survivor. Go John Morrison. And then I will, of course, review them later on tomorrow night. I will do my top 10 special on Thursday, which will be my top 10 women's matches of all time. And then I'm hoping by Friday I'm going to be editing the next portion tonight that I shot today, of course, which is why I was wearing my Johnny Gargano t-shirt today. I'll be shooting my next portion. I'll be editing my next portion of the Tommaso Ciampa No One Will Survive music video. I'm hoping to have done by the end of this week. So check the live chat one more time. Everybody's saying good night. Matt says he agrees. He felt that SmackDown was missing something. Again, it needed that like one more big surprise. like The Rock, maybe. I don't know. That's asking too much. Again, also, I didn't like the fact that they didn't really have any women show up either, which that was disappointing, except for Vicky Guerrero, but she's a GM. But yeah, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Again, I'll be back up here live again tomorrow for 205 Live. Of course, also I'll be uploading the 24th turn, well, the 71st edition of Turn Alert for the 24th Turn by the Big Show. But I'll be uploading that after this video, and then I have something else I'm going to be editing the Tommaso Ciampa video before I go to bed. And then, of course, I got to export a wedding overnight that I need to make a change to. But yeah, so guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow night again. Please slap a like on the video, click that like, and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirBody3, and I hope to see you guys back up here tomorrow night after 205 Live and NXT again. Maybe a review for NXT UK if I get time to check that out as well. We'll see how that goes. But more content to come on this channel, as always. So, guys, I am checking out. Have a great rest of your night, and peace out, everybody.